the 10th Perek Yud of Sefer Vayikra, this week's Parshat, begins with the tragic death of Nadav and Avihu, the two eldest sons of Aaron. The pasuk describes Vayakrivu lifnei Hashem, and they bring before God Ish Zara Asher Lo Tziva Utam, a korban, a fire that they were not commanded to bring. The ensuing pasuk describes Vateitzei Ish Milifnei Hashem, and God brings a fire of His own, Vatochel Otam, and it consumes them by Amutu Lifnei Hashem. And on the spot, they're killed before God. My initial question is very simple: what is so bad about what Nadav and Avihu did? If I think about it, and if I look at it in a very simple way, they were drunk, as the pasuk describes before. And yes, what they did was bad, and they should not have brought a korban that they weren't commanded to bring. However, they were trying to achieve closeness to God. That was their sin. And many Mefarshim say Ish Zara has the same language as a Mavoda Zara, and that it's one of the three capital sins. And just like we as Jews are commanded to be killed before being over the Isser of a Mavoda Zara, so too they were killed. It's the same thing. Even though they had the right intentions, that is Avodah Zarah. However, I actually want to focus on the next pasuk. The pasuk describes Perek Yud pasuk Gimel as Moshe tries to console his brother. The pasuk says that Moshe actually says with Rashi that actually Nadav and Avihu actually achieved closeness to God that he and Aaron himself would never gain, because Rashi quotes a pasuk in Shemot. And after that, Aaron has a very puzzling reaction, which is what I want to speak about. The pasuk describes Vayidom Aaron, and Aaron was silent. This is undoubtedly the worst moment in Aaron's life. He hit rock bottom. He is burying his own kids, which we know is the most unnatural thing that anyone can do. Burying a parent at a young age is tragic, but burying kids quite literally defies the cycle of life. If he cries, I understand that. If he yells, I understand that. Vayidom Aaron, and he's silent. What is going on with this reaction? Rashi says that he actually receives schar. He receives a nice reward for this. And Ramban explains that he actually cried first, and only after Moshe consoled him, he was silent. Vayidom. And they both quote psukim. There's a pasuk in Eicha that Ramban quotes, and elsewhere in Chazal they quote a pasuk from Yirmiyahu. However, I want to look at a story involving Eliyahu in Malachim Aleph that I think sheds an immense amount of light on Aaron's reaction and will help us understand what's going on in this pasuk Vayidom Aaron. Malachim Aleph Perek Yud 10 describes the story of Elijah, Eliyahu, as he is, like Aaron, seemingly hitting rock bottom. The Jews around him are being terrible. They are forsaking the covenant they have with God, and Eliyahu is defying the words of a Malach of Hashem. There's a dialogue that ensues between this angel and Eliyahu, and while Eliyahu sometimes agrees to do what the Malach says, very often he doesn't listen to the Malach, which is very irregular. What is going on when he does this? Finally, after a 40-day journey on foot, Eliyahu arrives at Har Elokim B'Chorev, this mountain in Chorev, and he has hit rock bottom. He leaves his cave. He goes this mountain, and he yells out, "Where is God? Where is God? I have no faith in my generation. I have no faith in my God. I don't know what to do. Find me God." And Perek Yud 10, pasuk Yud Bet describes the following. First there is a crashing wind. As Chazal explained, the wind actually uprooted mountains, and God wasn't there. And next, there was an earthquake, shook the entire world, and God wasn't there. And next, there was a fire on Ish, and God was not there. Where was God? The end of the pasuk says, Kol Dmama, the same root as Vayidom Daka. This thin, simple noise, this silence, that is where the prophet Eliyahu found God. I want to get back to the question of what was so bad about what Nadav and Avihu did. And I think that this story in Malachim Aleph actually sheds light onto what Aaron was doing. If we think about it, although they were drunk, Nadav and Avihu were actually doing the exact same thing that Aaron himself was doing, ironically enough, while mourning his sons who died. Nadav and Avihu were drunk, they were happy, and they wanted to achieve closeness with God. They wanted to find God. So too, Aaron, in his worst state of his life, was trying to find God. The only difference is they approached that task in opposite ways. When Nadav and Avihu want to find God, they want to find this Ish. They want God to come down, take their korban, and kind of like Kriyat Yamsuf, in a big, miraculous way, find God. Aaron, so too, in this moment, his rock bottom moment, how does he react? He does the exact opposite. By Yidom Aaron. To bring this all together, the pasuk in Eliyahu, regarding Eliyahu, does not just speak about this kol daka, but the last words of the pasuk say, the achar ish, and after the fire. The fire obviously talking about in Melachim Aleph, but so too can be applied to this fire in Vayikra only then, after the ish, kol daka. So when we get to the answer, why are Nadav and Avihu killed on the spot for seeking God? They want to achieve closeness with God. True, they did it in the wrong way, but why are they killed? I think that this is a paradigm for how we as Jews, similar to the Jews in Vayikra in the desert, far away from Kriyat Yamsuf, far before Eretz Yisrael, how do we interact with God? Not through the Eish, not through Eish. And why were Nadav and Avihu killed? Because God had to show the Jews, this is what happens when you go about trying to find God in the wrong way. And not only that, minutes after they die, minutes after Aaron finds out that they died, he is the paradigm for how we need to find God. Not in the ish, not in the fire, not in the wind, not in the earthquake, in the cold mamad daka. Have a good chance.